Hello, it's Rita, Dog Sitter Life, and I got Ranger and Maverick here. They are sniffing. There's a lot of sniffing going on in my world. And I want to talk today about the idea that people who aren't good with people who don't like people that don't work well with people should get into dog sitting or dog walking because you're with dogs most of the day. And I would actually think, after being in this business a long time, 8 to 10 years, I don't think that that's necessarily a good idea. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't learn to have good people skills. I'm learning all the time, and I'm always trying to improve my dealings with people. But you are going to be communicating with people quite frequently. So let me give you some examples. First of all, you're going to be answering the phone when somebody's either heard about you somewhere or saw you online, and they're inquiring about your services. So it'd be a good idea to kind of have a ready-made script that you use to put the potential client at ease and learn a little about them and see if you should go on to the next level, which is a meet and greet. So it helps to be friendly and personable. You're not a robot. They don't want a robot walking their dog, at least not yet anyway. And they want to get an idea that you're a warm, caring person. So you want that to come through in your voice when you're talking to people. I wonder if that's coming through in my voice right now. I hope so. Something we can all work on. So anyway, I usually ask the dog's name, what kind of dog do they have, where they live. Some of it's also, for my sake, just so that I know if that person's in my service area or not. Because I don't want to spend 10 minutes or more on the phone with somebody who I'm not going to go visit because they're too far away. I don't go any more than 15 minutes away from where I live. Well, actually, not where I live, my home base. I'll explain that another time. But I don't want any more than 15 minutes between jobs. Let's put it that way. So you're also qualifying the potential customer or client to make sure that it's going to work for you. You want to get an idea what time of the day they want to visit. If it's an overnight, or is it, a lot of people want noon or 1 o'clock, and that's, you can't be everywhere at once. So, it may not work on that level. So, but anyway, that's a chance for you to show the potential client that you're a nice person and that you're going to be caring and easy to work with as well. The second thing is usually the meet and greet. That's where you go and meet the person or the family in person. You go to their house usually, or sometimes you might meet in a public place. That's another issue for another day. But, you're going to want to make a good impression there too. Again, you're assessing them at the same time. Deciding whether you think this would be a good client to work with. And but you want to make a good impression. I usually make sure I have makeup on and dressed decently. I'm usually dressed okay, but I kind of spruce up a little bit for the meet and greets. And just no negativity. Just really ready to present yourself in a positive light. Kind of like a job interview. When you go on a job interview, you're not supposed to talk about the last job. Like when they say, why did you leave your last job? You're not supposed to start ranting about your last job, how much you hated it, and so forth. You have to kind of sugarcoat it a little bit. I think everyone does that. So the same thing, you don't want to tell any horror stories. I don't really have any, for the most part. so I don't have a lot. But, you know, that's definitely not the place. If you have horror stories about dogs or dog owners, that's nice to tell them. And, let's see. So then, you know, there's going to be other communication. A lot of my communication is by text. That seems to be the way my clients like it. It's easier for them, just because it's not in real time, and I can just respond when I'm ready, and we don't have to play phone tag. And I usually respond very quickly. I'm glued to my phone because I don't like to miss anything or forget anybody. So I use my phone for everything, and I'm in constant contact. You know, usually, boy, if you haven't heard back in an hour, something might be wrong. Either that or I'm taking a nap. But anyway, so yeah, occasional phone call. There are a couple of my clients that like phone calls. Texting is nice for me. Any kind of a sticky situation, I have a moment to think about how I want to phrase my response. When I say a sticky situation, let me think. Like if somebody said, there's some kind of dirt on my dog's paw. Do you know what that is? And sometimes you might feel like a little defensive at first, like, what? How would I know? You know? But, you know, they're just asking. Usually it's not really meant in an aggressive way or as critical. They're just wanting to know. You know, they're just wondering. So, you know, but you have a minute to think about, you know, how you want to phrase your response. Instead of maybe if you were in person, you'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not the best example, but I think you guys know what I mean. It's just great being able to think for a moment. So other communication, sometimes you may need to raise your rates. Letter that I use. My phone keeps stopping or something. I hope I'm getting all of this. Sometimes you may need to raise your rate, especially if you started out without making your rates high enough, or maybe you offered an introductory rate. Come on, guys. Come on. So, you know, I usually use a letter to do that. I have a kind of, you know, cut and paste thing that I can do, just from experience of doing it for a while. That's something I could share with you if you want to get in touch with me. The best way to get in touch with me is leave a comment with your, I guess. And or you can find me on Instagram as well, under Dog Sitter Life 1, number 1 after it. So yeah, so those are some examples of how you might have to communicate, and it's really important never to be defensive about anything. Sometimes you are going to make mistakes. Sometimes maybe the owner is wondering what's regarding something. I can't think of any examples right now, but there's been a couple things over the years. And, you know, you want to just keep everything very professional. So, yeah, being a dog walker doesn't exclude you from dealing with humans. Sorry to tell you. But it is a skill that can be learned. And we're all trying to grow, hopefully, become better people, and deal with our fellow man as well as we can. So I hope this is actually recording. I don't know about this phone some days. And thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.